We're gonna segue off into the next topic. The undisputed champion of the world, Dimitry Bivol, beats Artur Beterbiev. Now, this fight to me, I feel like was very interesting. I scored it a draw, in my opinion. But coach, we're gonna throw the alley to you so you can slam dunk it. Did you feel like Dimitri Bivol did enough to win? Did you? How did you score the fight? And do you think this needs to be a trilogy? Let me know something.
I'm gonna answer your last question first. Yes, it needs to be a trilogy, and I can see 100% where you scored a draw. But the reason why I admit and say Dimitri Bivol won this fight is because you can see a 100% difference in a fighter in the second fight than Bivol in the first fight. In the first fight, Bivol wasn't as active with his jab. He wasn't as active when it came to exchanging. He wasn't as active in letting his hands go. He wasn't as, I'm not even going to say active. He didn't even look confident in the first fight, being that he had a lot of, no excuses. We're not going to make up excuses. He had a lot of outside of the ring distractions. To me, I don't think he was training in the proper manner to be in the ring with a Beterbiev. But this time around, like I say, I can see where people can score this draw easy. But you can see the difference. The reason why I give it to Dimitri Bivol is because you can see the difference and change of pace and the confidence of Dimitri Bivol in the second fight than you did in the first fight. So that's why I say Bivol got he won it, in my opinion. Now, unanimously, no. Split decision, cool. Majority decision, cool. But at the same time, he was proactive in his fight. He was letting his jab go even in dangerous situations. He was kind of like nullifying, because Beterbiev was getting his rocks off too. Don't get me wrong. Beterbiev was getting his rocks off. He was doing Beterbiev things in there. But at the same time, the difference was Dimitri Bivol was willing to exchange in the middle of those exchanges, if that makes sense to y'all. He was willing to punch this time around. He was willing to take a punch, to land 2 punches. In the first fight, it was more like, I'm going to take 2 or 3 punches and then I'm going to just ward them off with my jab and get out of the way. I'm not going to exchange too much. This time, he was more inviting to the situation. He was like, okay, cool. We on that same thing. Let's get on the same way. You want to throw, I'm finna throw. You want to throw bombs, I'm going to throw bombs. But at the same time, I'm going to keep my jab active in this fight. And I feel like that was the difference. And he also, in my opinion, he used his footwork slightly better in this fight. And I'm talking about Bivol. So, yes, again, I'll repeat it again. I see where people can score this fight or draw. But me, I went with the judges, like I said, not unanimously, but split decision, majority decision. I see where Bivol took it because of the change in who he was as a fighter and his confidence. And at the same time, he had a little bit more volume in his punches this time around.
Yeah, I could see that. I mean, there was a lot of time in rounds where it'll be a Beterbiev round, and then you'll see Bivol just kind of he'll move, use his jab, and then he'll rip off some combinations. You know what I mean? So, you know, I think it was just very very close fight, but I do think there needs to be a third fight.
Most definitely.
I mean, I applaud these two brothers. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, they're not brothers, but these two men for getting in the ring, getting in the ring, and giving us a show. You know what I mean? Like, most of the time you see, undisputed fights, it's either one sided or, it's kind of lackluster. Like nobody really want to take risks. These dudes taking risks. They giving it their all. They showing grit. Bivol had an excellent game plan. He like I said, he'll move laterally, and coach is a big fan of Bivol. So that pendulum bounce, he was doing that, and he'll rip off some combination punches on Beterbiev. So do I think he hurt Beterbiev? No, I don't think Beterbiev hurt Bivol either.
Right.
That just shows the grit and toughness of these two men. So it was a great fight overall. Like, as a fan, I was happy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not upset that Bivol won. You know what I mean? Because boxing wins. You know what I mean? Either way it go, these two men laid it all out in the ring. So I know the third fight, I think, you know, both of them probably gonna be looking to knock each other out.
Oh
So
yeah, it's gonna be a bloodbath.
yeah. So how do you see that third fight? I mean, the first fight Beterbiev won. The second fight, Bivol won, and now, the third fight, it's like, man, is it gonna go back to Beterbiev? I mean, Beterbiev is 40 years old. You know what I'm saying? So, like, how do you see that third fight, Coach? I mean, this is the coach's corner. Choo 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 choo. Coach's corner. Hey, we gonna have some music probably real soon, but I made some made up music right there. Coach's corner. How do you see that third fight? Break it down for me.
I ain't gonna lie, that's an easy breakdown. I see that fight all the way through from round one to whatever round it end at. I feel like they just gonna be looking for that haymaker. I feel like they gonna get in there. They gonna slug it out. It's gonna be one of those things where it's like, all right, just for all the marbles. You know what I'm saying? And for those who don't know and don't understand, these guys been fighting each other since amateurs. And we already know both of them has had a healthy amateur career. They've had a healthy pro career. And now Beterbiev is, he's trying to defy father time when it comes to sport of boxing. Like Capo mentioned, he's at 40. So he's not going to get in there and play any games with Bivol. And Bivol going to understand that he knows that this man ain't in here to play games with me. So I think it's going to be one of those fights where it's blow for blow, and whoever get the best blow at the right time, they're gonna be night, and that's gonna be the end of that. And it's gonna be some people can go back and look at for a long time and be like, all right, we got to enjoy boxing from these two. We got to enjoy some solid competition between these two, because nowadays it's very few and far between we get elite fighters of this caliber in the ring and they willing to face each other 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 times. You know what I'm saying? It hasn't been done too many times. It has been done in the past, but in most recent history, it's these two guys. We had Fury and Wilder. We had Canelo, Triple G. We had other fighters back in the day who just consistently got a ring with each other to see who is the best. I'll fight you 3, 4 times to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? If we end up going 2-2, then it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? That's just how competition is supposed to be, especially when you call yourself the elite, the best of the best. This is what it's supposed to be. And I respect these two men for giving us this, and trying to keep the sport of boxing alive. This is what we need to keep the sport of boxing alive. You know what I'm saying? But again, I think this fight is 100% just going to be one of those fights you're going to be sitting on the edge of your seat like, oh, he hit him hard. Oh, he hit him harder. Oh, no, I think he sleep. No, he sleep on his. It's going to be one of those fights.
Yeah, I second and I third that, man. Like I said before, man, we got to applaud these two brothers, man. These two men right here, man. They going to lay it out on the line. So, hopefully, Turkey LC, make this fight happen. Maybe in the fall, get these two warriors some time to recover, and then they get back to it, man. But, Coach, you got anything else you want to add?
I just want to say these two right here real quick. I want y'all to take notice. Remember, Turkey just put this card together. A lot of things went wrong. Some things went good. But at the same time, this card just happened. And look how fast he's already back in front of the cameras talking about what he can present to us. It's like he don't even give himself a chance to kind of learn from his mistakes. You know what I'm saying? He just kind of get right back in front of the camera and start barking about the big fights he could possibly present. He's already talking about the Canelo and Crawford again. He's already talking about getting Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia back in the ring with each other again. Like, when are you going to put together one of those cards where we can sit back as fans, as coaches, as trainers, as fighters, and enjoy what you put together and not just boom right after? This is what I got for y'all. This is what I got for y'all. I feel like that's more like a trap. You feel what I'm saying? It's like he doing one of those things to kind of keep you interested, but it's not interesting. He just kind of keep the blood pumping a little bit. It's like, bro, Like when you gonna sit back and actually go behind the scenes and actually learn from your mistakes, see what you did good, see what you did bad, and actually put something together for us. You know what I'm saying? That's what I look for, especially as a man. Sometimes you just gotta sit back and chill. See what you got right, see what you got wrong, put everything in the pot, figure out what you can do to get these two concoctions together to make that perfect mixture. You know what I'm saying? And he not doing that. That's another thing I don't like about him. But again, I don't want to keep beating a dead horse. That's just something I want to throw out there real quick.
Yeah, man. He gotta learn the sport. That's just what it is. I mean, it's cool you got money, it's cool you trying to keep fighters first, but you gotta learn the sport. So hopefully, I listen to Andre Ward. He said, look, let's get this dude maybe 3 to 5 years and see where it is. Right now, everything looking all right, but we've seen this before. A lot of companies have tried this business model of throwing a lot of money at fighters, and it's just not sustainable. They're not getting a return of interest. So we'll see how this goes. But we reached the end of the podcast. You know what I mean? Y'all continue to follow us on this journey. I told you this to Genesis. We ain't stopping. Me and Coach been on y'all, man, like the Houston Heat, man. We suffocate. You know what I mean? And that's just what it is. We not stopping. We green light. We all gas, no brakes. You know what I mean? We clutched up. You know what we talking about? Boss. That's Coach. And like I said, man, continue to support us. Subscribe. Hate. Whatever you want to do, put in the comment section. We'll read it. We out here.
Salute.